Great to come back to Sweden once again. We're here for the Champions of the Future 2022 Round 3, and we're talking to two of the team managers within the paddock for Ward Racing, Joakim Ward, and for AD Motorsport, Alexander Dahlberg. Great to be with you both, obviously both Swedish nationals on your home turf. Joakim, first turning to you, this is a circuit with which obviously you guys have an awful lot of experience on, and a lot of the drivers seem to go very well here traditionally. So what is it about racing in this country that seems to inspire kart racers to do so well? And Alex, you are one of the newer team managers in the world of karting at this level. It wasn't that long ago that you were racing at this level. What was it about the challenge of team management that drew you to it, and particularly here in your native Sweden, to raise the talents up to international level?
Well, I always obviously been really passionate for karting, and then when I was driving, I was doing mechanicking and coaching and stuff, and I enjoyed it equally much as the driving. Then I've been mechanicking for some years. I wanted to take it to the next step, so I took the step, and I have a dream of becoming a big team.
Now, obviously, we tend to see a lot of these international events, but we don't get the chance always to see what goes on at national and domestic level behind the scenes. You're both well placed to tell us a little bit about that. So, Joakim, what exactly is the Swedish karting scene like, and how has it developed into the strong network for race drivers that it's become?
Well, I think that one thing that is
And Alex, you of course have had to see this firsthand, both behind the wheel and in the awning. So having seen how it's grown both as a competitor and as a manager, I mean, how impressed are you with how the Swedish national karting scene continues to progress?
Yeah, it's really impressive that we can have around 50, 60 drivers sometime in one class. Because when I started racing many years ago, karting was big. Then it sort of got smaller and got a bit out of our hands, like Joakim saying. Now we're starting to go back to the basics, I think.
So considering how exciting it is here on Kristianstad circuit in particular, it's one of the most technical challenges that any race team, any race driver is going to have over the course of a weekend. Joakim, what are the biggest challenges facing a team coming to this particular circuit, trying to master setup? And I'm guessing, Alex, that that sort of knife edge between one team and another getting it right can be the difference between a tenth of a second, 2/10 of a second, and that can be, 12 or 13 places in qualifying. It must be very difficult to help the drivers to kind of achieve their maximum in those circumstances.
Yeah, you kind of have to look at it from the right angle. As Joakim said, it's so important to be within the limit of the asphalt and of the tires. So if the driver is not achieving that, then the go-kart, you can put the seat backwards, won't make a difference.
Well, one of the biggest challenges on this particular circuit is out of turn 4, coming off the hairpin, and the jump, as it's been affectionately known. It obviously makes for a very interesting challenge for drivers and for teams in terms of setup. You guys remember how it used to be compared to how it is now. How big a difference, Joakim, have the changes made to the flow and the rhythm of the circuit?
Well, the current layout is definitely. Lift off the ground, and that's about it.
And of course, Alex, you have really recent and relevant experience of the physical attributes required to do that. I mean, just how tough is it when the drivers are out there at the limit of adhesion?
To be fair, driving-wise, I liked the old chicane. It was, like you say, a challenge and fun. But you have to hold the steering wheel hard, and the guys got to be in top shape.
I'm guessing it's easier as a team manager than it ever was as a driver, that particular
Yeah,
section.
for sure. Less pressure, or maybe more pressure, but I know what you mean.
And less repairs.
Yeah.
Well, obviously this particular circuit has many different aspects that challenge the chassis, the engines, the tires. How easy is it to get the delicate balance between everything working in harmony, Joakim, so that the qualifying lap can come together, the heats run rhythmically, and then of course the tires go the distance in that more than double distance of a final? Well, let me put something similar to that to you, Alex. Obviously, this is a circuit that has a lot of dynamic complexity to it. We talk about circuits in the sense of this is an engine circuit, this is a chassis circuit, this is a tire circuit. What would you say is the key element to get right on this particular circuit?
I reckon it's a driver circuit. It's all about where you put the tires on the track, how hard you push the tires. For me, it's everything.
Okay, and obviously looking into this weekend, Champions of the Future is getting more and more competitive every weekend. Over at Ward Racing, you have some incredible racers racing at the front end of both categories. How confident are you guys that the material is going to be in the right position for, first of all, qualifying and then come the heats and final?
For the moment, it's difficult to say. We are practically reasonably okay in both categories, but we need to achieve more to be competitive, to be in the front. That is the situation right now. We need a little bit more, especially in OK category. We struggle a little bit more. The junior, it looks reasonably fine. It's not perfect, but it's reasonably fine. But in seniors, we need to improve. don't have so many shots more, but we need to improve.
Well, obviously for you guys, Alex, it's a slightly smaller operation that you guys have, but the talent that you have in your awning obviously has the ability to be as comparable in terms of one lap pace as the established guards. So how confident are you guys that you can get things together to put a bit of a show for us against the established teams?
Yeah, we come into this weekend pretty confident, but we don't put any pressure on the guys. We just want to improve, show that we can be up the front. I'm confident with the material we have, and I know that the drivers can do well. But it's like we say, it's a hard circuit. It's a hard competition, so everything has to be perfect. So that's what we're working on.
Well, we hope to see both of you back on Sunday afternoon racing the Team Managers Trophy at the end of the weekend. It could well happen for both of you. Joakim, Alex, we wish you all the best on home turf here this weekend.